Like I said, goofing around. Anybody said anything? Hello, Ghost Rider, Sam. Anything of note? Not much. Sabbathy, yeah, that was kind of. Hello, Jose. I've been playing around with that lick, trying to come up with an idea of something to jam over. That's kind of like that thing from Fragile, the fish. But it's just mostly bass. It's like six different bass parts going on at the same time. What's everybody else doing? I'm just sitting here goofing around, drinking some lemonade. Lemonade, that cool, refreshing drink. Changes by the minute, Sam. It's different than it was when you logged onto this stupid live stream. Or was that a request? I don't know any John Mayer. That was the theme from Archie Bunker, wasn't it? Y'all are quiet today, or I'm missing the chat when it goes by. No, y'all are just quiet. Sing along. Maybe a different sound is in order. Not that one. Yeah. Everything I got in there is kind of rocking. That's the one I had to begin with. this chord earlier. I didn't come up with it. I'm sure somebody else came up with it before. This will make your ears bleed if you're not careful. God, it's dissonant, man. Sounds like something Dream Theater would play at some point. Hello, Charlie. Was that what was Ghost? That chord? Oh. Yeah, that would make sense. What is that? There's probably 12 different things. The song I'm thinking from is something like You Supply the Light. Can't remember who sings that. Doesn't matter. I don't know how to play it anyway. Any requests? Not that I'm gonna be able to play anything, but just to make you feel like you're a part of the whole thing. like, I don't know, 17 minutes ago, something like that. What everybody was up to. Nobody's up to anything. Wow, so chat's not really coming through, except every now and then. Or I'm missing it. Pills are kicking in. All right, Jose, you have a good one. If I have Netflix, I don't. Total. Do you want my love? ZZ Top. Yellow. There's a lot to comprehend there. I don't know how I can put all that together into something coherent. Toto, I don't know. I don't think I know any Toto. Steve Lukather is way beyond my pay grade. That's about all the Toto I can come up with right there. I met David Paich one time, keyboard player for Toto. I was playing You Supply the Light. Is that Toto, You Supply the Light? If so, I'm surprised. I didn't know that. Shouldn't you be hooking up a tow hitch or something, Desert Pine? Eruption. Yeah, I don't really, can't really do any eruption. At least nothing coherent. You'll supply the love. That's what I've heard. Yeah, not much of a tapper. Never was my game. I'm more into kind of stuff. Keeping my beard hair from getting caught up in my toggle switches. It's funny you should say ZZ Top. Somebody mentioned that earlier. My wife sent me a text today that was ZZ Top lyrics. I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know how to play it. Anyway, she was thanking me for doing the laundry. Hello, Terry LaGrange. I used to know part of that, but they got a lot of nice girls. Speaking of laundry, 31-year-old daughter's coming tonight. She's bringing 7 loads. Should put a little coin op thing on top of your washing machine. That reminded me of Brian Adams. He got his first real 6-string. Yeah, I live the blues mostly. I don't really play them that well, but I do better if I'm playing along with something or with someone or something like that. I'm not a very much of a one-man band kind of thing. I'm just sitting here fooling around. And I've got a bunch of stuff that I could hook up to this, but it diminishes the chat experience. I can't see the chat. I mean, I can play 12-bar stuff, but I get lost in the process of it. Plus, I've got most of the stuff I've got in this amp preset right now is all very unbluesy sounding. Where does it go to? It's a weird mix. It's a weird key. Let's not do that. I just got a text from my wife. Threw my game off. That's a nice bluesy E7 something. This is another one. That's not an E though. Helps if you hit the correct, or a string at all would help. Any string at this point would be nice to hit. Now you know why I have the blues, because I can't play worth a shit. Let's see. You were feeding the cats. Okay. Catching up on the chat because apparently I don't know how to look at it when I'm playing at the same time. Hello, Portsmouth Piper. And Phil. It's like the whole gang's here. This is awesome, man. I haven't had maybe but 7 people in here, but it feels like old times. This might inspire me to screw up even more songs. That's a very dry sound, isn't it? Anybody? Anybody? Smoke on the Eater. There's a mic in here. There is a mic in here. How about that? It just gets better and better. Bridge of Sighs, yeah. It's a good song. Trim my fingernails. I have no idea what that was. Let me see what the situation on the chat is here. Hey, Mike, Sam, hi, Phil. My gums are still throbbing. Yeah. Star Spangled Banner. I don't know. I think that's copyrighted. Marco Rubio will come looking for me if I play that. Actually, it's probably one of the hardest songs to not play in a reverential way. So I refuse to even try. I'll give that one a shot. I don't have any Stevie really. I mean, it's Stevie. Wrong key. You heard me snort there. That was pretty awesome, wasn't it? April wine. April wine. Commenting. No, this is the entertainment for the evening. I'm sorry, Blake. I wish your life were better. Texas flooded. It's flooding down in Texas. Mm-hmm. They didn't seem to appreciate it. All right. So now you're aware that I can't see the chat when I'm lost in my inability to keep a coherent thought. Yeah, earlier before everybody was in here, I was playing around with this. I got this idea for something to do with that. I just haven't worked it out yet. I would like to take that bass line, just what that is, and then put something on top of it, like I don't know, a third or fourth or. I don't know. Can't figure it out at the moment. But then once I get that going, have a second guitar come in and put an a different harmony part with two different things going on. Like a sixth. I don't know. Anyway, have like a couple of different guitars doing a couple of different harmonic things, and then try to figure out something to play over that. It seemed like it'd be cool. I don't know. I don't know if it would or not. I don't know. It's possible that I could get away with it, Phil, but they have a tendency, if you play something that's too recognizable, to shut down live streams. I don't know if they would or not. We'll find out. Sorry, I got lost in trying to figure out what my wrong. It's been a long time since I've tried to play that. I've forgotten the chord patch sequence. I want to say it's an E minor, but I don't think it is. Never learned that solo. And I can't sing anymore, so I can't even keep up with what I'm trying to play most of the time. When I sing, it sounds like Leo Kottke's description of himself singing, which was that of a duck farting. I agree, Sam. They're just not very melodic. But it's nice to know that my stream is still live after butchering that. I suppose if you wanted to play anything, you could just play it poorly and get away with it on YouTube. I've been trying to learn all these different triad shapes up and down the neck where I can just grab a chord, any chord from no matter where I'm at. I haven't quite got there yet, but not usually. This one is unusual. This is a 93 Studio, and they came with gold hardware. At least some of them did. Not all of them. These Alpine White came with gold hardware. I think it looks pretty cool. You can see I've played it for, I mean, you can see it worn off that pickup cover and where my hand touches the bridge there. Plus, I used to have stickers all over this guitar, and the finish is all messed up on it. Wish I'd never put stickers on it, but I was young and dumb. Now I'm just old and dumb. I was watching this guy. I found this new guy that does tutorials on YouTube. He's put together a version of Baker Street by Jerry Rafferty. He's got like all the sax parts written out for guitar and stuff. I haven't tried to play it yet. I just watched him go through it. Man, it sounds cool. He had a pretty cool version of it worked out. That's one of my favorite solos ever, and I've never really tried to learn it, but I might try to learn it after seeing that guy's workup over it. My humbuckers aren't bucking at the moment. Jukebox here. Now that was from maybe it was Jukebox Hero, but I was trying to play the one from Baker Street. I can't think of a sax solo in Jukebox Hero. I'm sure there is one, but it's another one I've always wanted to learn. something Sammy Hagar, isn't it? And it's also, if you change the rhythm, it's also the Who. I'm free. Name that song from Three Notes. It's a song I wrote one time called The Day I Got Out of Prison. I stole that from some comedian years ago. I can't remember who it was, but credit. But I was drunk the day my mama got out of prison. And I went to pick her up in the rain. Oh, yeah, I remember the one from Urgent now that you mention it. Still don't know how to play it. That's Spoon Man? Yeah. Be an easier way to play that. I love that drop D stuff, man. Played that little hint of a Devo lick, and it reminded me of Soundgarden. Oh, Rusty Cage. Yeah, I think the tuning on Rusty Cage is very strange. I've never learned to play it. That Kim Tile, I hate to pronounce his name, spelled Thale. Sometimes his tuning would be like E, or just, I mean, he used tunings that were weirder than Joni Mitchell. Can't remember how Rusty Cage goes right off the top of my head. Turning Japanese. Tuning to D for Bad Moon. That sounds not very CCR-ish. Neither is that, but that's what you're gonna get. Never really learned much CCR either. My favorite song by them is called Effigy. It's not that hard to play. I just can't remember how it goes off the top. It's like five, just like five chords, but I can't remember what it is right off the top of my head. You bar chords. So anybody got any big plans for tonight? Mungo Jerry, Blade Runner. Yeah, I don't know any Blade Runner. Sorry, I'm catching back up to the Devo. I used to play a couple of Devo songs. Hmm. Sorry, I was trying to find it with different chords up here. of those different voicings up there. That could be cool. I can't remember which song that is. It starts out real slow. And it just gets heavier and heavier until it's just like this frenetic. Just had chicken and rice. Chicken and rice, ladies and gentlemen. I pretty much suck at guitar too, Phil. But I have fun with it. Their first album was pretty solid, man. It had some great stuff on it. Soundgarden does a cool version of that song. You can play the radio. Tuning a radio is one of the easiest parts, actually. Tuning a guitar is not as easy as tuning a radio, but it's not that difficult either. Then you might wonder why mine's out of tune most of the time. It's because I'm deaf. 101 WJRR Orlando, your air supply connection. No, I don't have any Roy Clark inspirations. Here's an unpopular opinion. Roy Clark is not necessarily overrated, but the way most people judge Roy Clark and say he's great and fantastic is based off of one thing, and that's that Odd Couple appearance that he did where he's played Magdalena or Magdalena. He was a great player, but not based on that. What's up, dog? Improvisation. Just a bunch of random speed of light improv. I like improvisational guitar playing probably as much as I do anything else, but it's gotta have purpose. There's gotta be something to it other than just somebody playing a lot of garbage like I'm playing. There's some great improv players out there at the moment and throughout history, but Yeah, I mean, I like stuff like. I think there's some great examples of guys that just lock in very well. Dwayne and Dickie from the Allman Brothers, Warren Haynes and Dickie Betts locked in. Uh, he can lock in with anybody though. I mean, just a killer player. But it's like they build and just build these solos where, like when I try to play lead over something, it ends up just being one big long thing, as opposed to them, they'll play something like, and it just like builds on this idea and builds on this idea and gets more and more melodic and a lot more complicated than what I'm trying to imitate there. But it's like it, you hear some stuff in like some music where it's like, okay, there's chords playing, and then the solo comes in, and it's just like, it's like you got to get there. You don't start there. You don't have anywhere to go. There's room for that stuff in some kind of music, but I like the stuff that's got this just. I mean, the Allman Brothers, Grateful Dead, a bunch of the jam bands, just a bunch, so much killer stuff out there. I've been wanting to try to learn to play Back Where It All Begins by the Allman Brothers. It's one of those songs where there's like a, it's kind of like Jessica or Elizabeth Reed kind of in a way. It's got this opening groove kind of thing. Yeah, Goose is. I just got through listening to a whole bunch of Goose. Last night, as a matter of fact. Anyway, Allman Brothers have this, not really a formula, but they have several songs that have like this motif that they go to. Um, and I can't play any of them off the top of my head. So they'll play like the same thing for, 8 bars or something, set the song up, maybe go through a verse or two, and then they'll start doing like 2 chord vamp kind of thing. It could be anything, but and one of them will build a solo over that, and take it where it needs to go, and then they'll come back and do a chorus or maybe another verse or something like that, and then they'll put down like a 3 note, a 3 chord progression, and the other guy will solo over that, and it's just, I love that kind of, not necessarily a formula, but that the way they build those songs like that is just killer. watching a Goose concert last night, Sam. They uploaded, I think it's a 2 or 3 day run they did in Milwaukee, maybe. Uploaded it, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe. Shows were in January, I believe. And so they got their new drummer. It's just a 4 piece now instead of the 5 piece. And I was sitting watching that, and I was like reading through the comments of what a bunch of people were commenting on. This new drummer sucks. This Why do they have him on the right side of the stage instead of the back? This sucks. I'm like, wow, some people just cannot be pleased. Like, it doesn't matter what they did, you would have found something wrong with it. Like, but what are you contributing to the world besides this crap? All right, Mama's home. Yeah, they do have a Killer Light show. But anyway, I'm going to go help her. I'm going to go shuck some corn.
Woohoo!
Y'all take it easy.
Time for corn shucking.
I'll get in touch with you, Phil.